this is why the NFL draft, in my opinion, why I love it so much, is because we know absolutely nothing about what's about to happen next Thursday. And, I make mock drafts on the channel. I talk about things. And obviously, everyone else does as well. I feel like once the season ends, starts mock draft season, right? For the NFL draft. But as Daniel Jeremiah says here, if you ask me today, who is a surprise top 10 pick? Like, who is the 8th pick in the draft that we didn't see coming? It's Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy. That is a name that's being called a lot around the league. I wouldn't sleep on him going much higher than all we think. And in most mocks we have done, right, Byron Murphy is usually going right around where we are drafting. We usually have an option of Murphy, Newton, potentially one of the offensive tackles, and that's kind of, what we have grown to expect. But just like last year where we thought that Christian Gonzalez was going to be a top 10 pick, ends up going 18 to the Patriots. We thought he'd be the first cornerback off the board. Well, that ended up being Emmanuel Forbes instead. Actually, no, Witherspoon and then Emmanuel Forbes. This is kind of what we can expect this year, right? And again, I will be live next Thursday going through each round of the draft. So obviously Thursday is the first round, the Friday is the second and third round, and then second and third round, and then Saturday is round 4 to 7. And I will be live for all this. But let's just go ahead and start this off. And again, how crazy this could get. So Caleb Williams is number 1, right? We already know that. I still think it's gonna be Drake May number 2. Number 3. Patriots-wise here, apparently the Patriots might trade out of this pick. But I think this could be Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm not doing all the crazy trades here. If there's no trades, that's Malik Neighbors. I think that's Romeo Duze. That's Joe Alt. And then things can get a little crazy. So, if you're the Falcons here, right, you could, realistically speaking, the guy I think that they would probably take here is Dallas Turner from Alabama. But you could make an argument why, again, as Dan Jeremiah says here, that this pick ends up being Byron Murphy II and not the Alabama. And not Dallas Turner here. Now, if that's the case, I think Dallas Turner then goes to the Bears the following pick. Like, I don't think Dallas Turner is going to fall that much. I know I did a full first-round mock draft, and very stupid of me, I put Dallas Turner, I think, later on in the first round. Dallas Turner is going to go way earlier. But then you got the Jets here, and I think that's where Brock Bowers goes. Vikings. I'm going to go J.J. McCarthy. I think, again, I'm not doing trades. If J.J. McCarthy's on the board at pick 5, the Chargers are going to trade out of this pick probably, and Vikings probably do trade up and get him. That's why they have the 23rd overall pick, and they got that from Houston. So probably so they could trade up inside the top 10 to actually get someone like J.J. McCarthy. But Denver on the clock here. I don't think Denver reaches up there and gets someone like Bo Nix here. I don't think they would do that. I think that there's a chance they might, but I'm not gonna have them do that in this situation. I'm gonna actually have them go with Cooper DeJean. I know a lot of people have him going later on in the draft. I think he could be a solid pick, especially with them losing Justin Simmons. A lot of people are saying Cooper DeJean is going to become a safety in the NFL. That's probably just literally, if we're being dead honest here, it's because he's white, okay? And white corners do not work in the NFL. And usually corners who are white in college become Harrison Smith in the NFL. Just a little side note there. Anyway, though, Raiders here. See, the Raiders, I feel like this is why things get a little shaky before our draft. I'm going to have them go with Fuaga. The Saints here, this is where I'm going to probably have them go with offensive tackle. to replace Ryan Ramczyk, who has a lot of injury concerns. They go with J.C. Latham here. The Colts now on the board. This is where I see Quentin Mitchell going. The Seattle Seahawks, I think they'll go with Teron Arnold. Then the Jacksonville Jaguars now on the clock. See, it's a possibility that the Jags here... Okay, so... Yeah, I'm going to have them go with Fontiano. Probably butchered that. The reason why is because he's a tackle, but realistically speaking, he's going to become a center or guard. So I think that he would be a perfect fit for the Jacksonville Jaguars here. So now we're on the clock, and you got Jared Verse, you got Fasciano, you got Johnny Newton, you got Latu, you got Marius Mims. See, now this would be interesting if this was our pick. Because I feel like you got to go Jared Verse here. Not show up some pass rushing tackling, but he brings hard. See, that's a toughie. Best play available here now would be Jared Verse, right? I think Jared Verse probably goes off before this. Yeah, he definitely goes before this, our pick. But yeah, no, I mean, and then you got Fasciano, who obviously, Fasciano. His name's Fasciano. It's not Fasciano. It's Fasciano. Who again, like I said, could easily. He's a Penn State left tackle, but you draft to make him a right tackle. He's your franchise right tackle moving forward. See, I would find it really difficult to get away from Jared Verse here, man. Honestly. But I'm not going Fasciano. Johnny Newton still interests me a lot. And Amarius Mims interests me a lot, too. Man, Jared Verse, though. Oh, Jared Verse. Yeah, I'm going Johnny Newton. I'm going Johnny Newton. And then I feel like the next pick after this would be Jared Verse. I still have the Steelers going Amarius Mims. I think that's probably the best fit for them there. Dolphins. I could see them going Powers Johnson. I could also see them going with him. See, I don't think Fasciano falls this fall. I don't think he falls this far down the draft. But if he did, there's literally one pick that he would go to 100%. And you probably know where that's going to head. And that's going to be, he's going to fall to the Cowboys. And I think the Cowboys are going to end up taking him here. But if I am the Vikings here, you got yourself a quarterback. Work on defense a little bit. Fasciano goes to the Cowboys here. This could be a situation. See, I would love, Packers-wise, you have a young receiving core. Add another stud receiver in either of these guys' options. Although I do like... I'm going to have to take a safety. I do love Cooper DeJean there. I just don't think he'll be available at that point. Grant Barton there. You get Marvin Harrison Jr., and then you get another wide receiver. I think Brian Thomas Jr. goes to the Bills, which I hate to say that, but I think that would be a perfect fit for them. Especially with everything being said. They get Powers Johnson. The Ravens here, I think they probably go Troy Franklin. For the 49ers, I'm going to have to take Zach Frazier. And then the Queefs, you can have Lad McCunkley. McCunkley? Yeah. So, that's my first round. Again, like I said, but... Again, anything is possible, right? And that's why Byron Murphy might go pick number 8. Dallas trying to pick number 9. It's very possible that Jared Verse goes... So, I think if this is how everything falls... He's not going here. He's not going here. He could potentially go to the Broncos. I would think maybe Jared Verse goes to the Broncos. Fuaga, J.C. Latham. Yeah, I think probably Jared Verse goes to the Broncos. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, guys. I'll see you guys next one.